In 2026, Chili's is still riding one of the biggest comebacks in casual dining, and one of the items people keep talking about is not a steak, not a burger. It is fried mozzarella. The Triple Dipper became one of the chain's biggest menu stories after millions of orders and a cheese pull that spread across social media. That is the power of a mozzarella stick. It is cheap, familiar, easy to share. But here is something that might surprise you. The first known recipe for breaded fried cheese was written in France in 1393 by a 60-year-old man for his 15-year-old bride. America did not invent the idea. America turned it into a product. The book was called Le Ménagier de Paris. It was a household guide, not just a cookbook. A wealthy Parisian husband wrote it for his young wife so she could manage a home. It covered meals, manners, household duties, marriage advice, hawk training, and even horse medicine. Inside that book was a dish called pipe farce. The method was plain. Slice cheese thin. Dip it in egg yolk, flour, salt, and wine. Fry it in an iron skillet with oil or beef marrow. The cheese was probably Munster, not mozzarella, but the basic idea was already there: cheese, coating, and hot fat. The Italian part came later. In Naples, by the early 19th century, cooks made mozzarella in carrozza. It used stale bread and day-old mozzarella so food did not go to waste. The bread held the cheese in place. When it was fried and pulled apart, the cheese stretched. That dish showed up in the 1948 film The Bicycle Thief. Food writer Arthur Schwartz later called it the direct prototype of the American mozzarella stick. Then something else happened. In the 1960s, mozzarella became cheaper and easier to make in New York, California, and Wisconsin. In the 1970s and 80s, deep fryers became common in bars, bowling alleys, and casual restaurants. Someone cut mozzarella into a stick, breaded it, froze it, and fried it. Nobody owned the idea. It just spread. The real trick starts before the cheese ever touches the fryer. In a factory, mozzarella sticks start with big, cold blocks of low-moisture mozzarella. The cheese is kept chilled because warm cheese smears, bends, and cuts unevenly. Fresh mozzarella carries too much water. In hot oil, that water turns into steam and pushes the coating open. The blocks move onto a cutting line. Blades or wire cutters slice them into even sticks, often about 8 to 10 centimeters long and about 2 centimeters wide. The size has to be consistent. Too thick, and the center stays cold. Too thin, and the cheese melts out before the crust is ready. The cut sticks are separated and frozen before coating. The cheese has to be colder than the breading. A warm cheese stick goes into the fryer and collapses from the inside. A frozen stick gives the outside time to set. Then the coating line begins. First comes a dry layer, often called pre-dust. It dries the surface and helps the next layer hold on. Next, the sticks pass through a wet batter or egg wash. This is the glue. The machine coats all sides, then the sticks move into a bed of breadcrumbs. Crumbs fall from above while more crumbs sit under the conveyor. The goal is no bare cheese showing. Most factory mozzarella sticks are coated twice. After the first breading, they go through another wet wash and another layer of crumbs. The second coat matters because one thin spot can become a leak. After breading, the sticks go into hot oil for a short par fry. The oil is usually around 180 degrees Celsius. The time may only be 30 to 60 seconds. It is setting the outside, adding color, and helping the breading hold its shape. The inside should still be cold. If the cheese fully melts at the factory, the stick will not survive the rest of the line. Right after par frying, the sticks are cooled and sent into an individual quick-frozen tunnel. Cold air at about -40 degrees Celsius freezes each piece separately. This keeps the pieces from sticking together. Then the line checks the product. Workers or cameras look for cracked breading, broken sticks, and cheese that has already leaked. Check weighers make sure each bag has the right amount. Metal detectors check for stray metal. The good sticks go into retail bags, restaurant cases, or club store boxes. From there, they stay frozen until the final cook. At a restaurant, the cook finishes the factory's work. The frozen stick goes into oil for about 3 to 4 minutes. The crust gets crisp again. The cheese softens inside. If the timing is right, the shell stays closed and the cheese pulls. That is the real process. Cut cold cheese, freeze it, coat it twice, fry it briefly, freeze it fast. Finish it only when someone orders it. Once you see the factory line, the cheese pull looks less like luck. It comes from choosing the right cheese and protecting it long enough for the crust to set. Mozzarella works because it is stretched while it is made. Cheesemakers heat the curd in hot water, then pull and fold it until it becomes smooth and elastic. That is why mozzarella can stretch in long strands when it melts. That is why plant-based mozzarella sticks are hard to copy. They can melt, they can soften, but they often do not pull the same way because they are not made from stretched dairy curd. Fresh mozzarella sounds better on a menu, but it is not better for this product. It has more water, and water is the enemy of a fried stick. Low-moisture mozzarella gives the factory more control. It holds its shape, freezes cleanly, and stretches when the customer pulls it apart. But the brand story took a different turn. The company most tied to mozzarella sticks is not the one winning from them now. TGI Fridays helped make the appetizer famous in America. The chain opened in 1965 and became known for drinks, singles, and shareable appetizers. At its peak, it had 601 U.S. restaurants. Then, the brand shrank. TGI Fridays filed for Chapter 11 protection in November 2024. By April 2025, reports put the chain near 85 U.S. locations. Meanwhile, Chili's used fried mozzarella to make the triple dipper feel current again. The old appetizer became new because the pull was easy to film, easy to understand, and easy to order. The restaurant chain faded, the mozzarella stick stayed. Try this the next time you eat mozzarella sticks. Pull one open slowly while it is still hot. If the cheese stretches 3 to 4 inches before snapping, the factory did several things right. It used the right mozzarella, froze it properly, coated it well, and cooked it at the right time. Then wait 2 minutes and open another one. The pull may look better. Right out of the fryer, the cheese can be too loose. After a short rest, it holds together better. Wait too long, and it becomes rubbery. There is one honest caveat. A mozzarella stick is not a handmade Italian dish from a small kitchen. Most of the ones people eat are frozen products built for consistency. The factory controls the cheese, the size, the coating, the first fry, and the second freeze. So the story is not just Italian cheese in American breading. A French household guide recorded the early idea. Naples gave it mozzarella and bread. America turned it into a product made by the thousands and finished in minutes. The name is Italian. The cheese is Italian. But the stick is French by origin, Italian by inspiration, and American by execution. The next time the cheese stretches, you are looking at more than a bar snack. You are looking at a recipe that moved from Paris to Naples, then into American fryers. That is the process. We reveal how things actually work, one story at a time. If there is something you would like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.